There seems to be some unspoken tension between us, and I had to fight the urge to act upon it. Yeah, see, like you have to get the tension out of the air, otherwise it's just gonna be weird. What exactly was I feeling, and why did I want to find out? How do I respond? Lean over and kiss him. Hesitantly backtrack. Say goodnight. Go to sleep. I know what y'all gonna say. So I'm gonna do it anyway. So it's for the content. I promise. It's for the content. So don't judge me. Y'all already judging me. And see, and this is why I ain't gonna never tell y'all when I go on a date, because y'all just gonna be sitting here judging me like, Voyia just be giving up that booty to anybody. You see how she be doing these visual novel guys? And see, it's not like that, okay? I'm just saying he's cute, and you would do the same if you had a guy in your bed that was cute with pink hair and a cardigan on and black nails and stuff. Y'all make me so mad sometimes. I swear. Like, I ain't gonna never tell y'all when I go on a date. You know, in the beginning, this game asks your age because there are some certain scenes in this game that we should not be looking at. And by we, I mean y'all, because I'm going to look at all of it. Hi, welcome to 14 Days with You. My friend played this game and they recommended me playing this game because they said that I would really enjoy it because it's got some interesting scenes in it. Now, when they told me about these interesting scenes, I told them, well, I can't show that on YouTube. And they specifically said that it's not that bad and it's one of the endings that you have to get. So, for my first playthrough of this, I am going to turn on the not safe for work thing. I'm trusting in my friend. If they lied to me, I am going to be highly upset. Okay? So I guess I'm going to start. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games, and if you enjoy that, check out my channel. There's plenty of things that you can look at. Or if you want me to play something, please don't hesitate to ask me. I have an Xbox, so I can play all Xbox games too. A lot of people don't know that. They think most of the games I play are on PlayStation 5 for some reason. But no, I play on Xbox. So, you know, if there's anything you want me to play that's on Xbox or PC that isn't going to run too hard, like a itch.io game, I could possibly play. But I'm working from my laptop and I can barely play any games at all. So bear with me, okay? I'm working on getting a desktop, I promise. Okay. So because they have the name Angel up there already, which I personally wouldn't want as my name because Angel is my brother's name. But I'm going to leave it up there because, you know, Angel can also be a girl. So pronouns will be she. And my friend told me to turn on the not safe for work. And apparently they're going to be watching close in the comment section. So if you see them down there talking, just know they're the ones that put me up to this. Genitalia. Oh, is it mine or theirs? Please, I hope they didn't lie to me. I'm going to say female, but for now, because I think they're asking what mine are. Please, I hope my friend did not lie to me on this one. Angel. I see. I can't wait to finally meet you, Angel. That's a little scary. And also the picture in the front does not spark joy. So I'm scared that the main character or whoever the guy is that was in the front, or the girl that was in the front, is going to creep me out. In other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out of Lake Blue Moss, making it a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that stifling a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodged between the cushions to turn off the TV. I wasn't going to let this morbid headline damper the start of a cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be going, my first day at work after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. Congratulations, ma'am. I mean, sure, stacking and sorting through books at the library might not have been my dream job or even the first choice of place to work after moving back. But the pay was nice and the coworkers are friendly, and the building is located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even an adorable little bakery along the way that serves the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind, and the manager there always loves to hand out small freebies whenever I stop by. It still beats living in the city though. Honestly, I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for when I stared out my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and indigent. Oh my God, tell me about it. Um, I like the city when it comes to like shopping places, when it comes to restaurants, when it comes to just little stores, little random stores and stuff, because people are going to put the best stores in the most positive, the most populated areas, to get the business, right? But I don't like living in the city at all. People are so rude and mean to the point where, like, and I'm from California, so like San Diego, California, and I was always told, like, mind your business, keep your head down and stuff. But then when my mom started moving around when I was younger, and we ended up going to places like we lived in Texas, Louisiana, like all the country places you could think of, like all these weird, crazy country places. And people were so friendly and nice coming to your house, bringing you food and stuff. But our mom has always prepped us to live in the city. So when we lived in a different place, it was kind of like, you ruined us. It was nothing like the Corland Bay, where everyone felt like close-knit family and the air smelled of the sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might have been getting out of hand as of late, and there might have been fewer things for me to do here. But my new job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely consider friends. In fact, buzz buzz. Sitting my mug onto the table, I reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up, so I tap the screen to read the message. What greets me is an adorable sticker from an anime character giving me a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says good luck today underneath. Aww! Moth has always been adamant about showing me their endless support, even after 5 years of friendship, curse memes, and shiny Wi-Fi video calls. Even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling out the keyboard, I began to type a response to their message. How will you respond? Okay, just say thank you. Like, your friend checked on you. They wanted to let you know, like, hey, I'm supporting you all the way. And not to mention, I mean, it's an online friend, so who's to say that they're on the same time zone as you? Just say thank you. It really was considerate of them to send me this message, especially considering our contrasting time zones. So I decided to send back a quick thank you in response. A gray chat bubble pops up just as I hit the respond button, indicating that Moth was typing out another message. By the way, did you see the latest AOG app? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Haruko, huh? Spoil it for me. Did he really change his hairstyle as well? Attack on Giants. Okay. We know what that's referencing. Attack on Titans. But I never watched Attack on Titan. Don't you guys attack me. Don't y'all dare attack me. We're family, okay? Y'all can recommend if I should watch it or shouldn't watch it. But I watched the first episode of Attack on Titans and I fell asleep in like the first 5 minutes, and I took it as an indicator. I'm not saying the show put me to sleep. I had worked a 12-hour shift. I was dead tired, and my friend was just so adamant of me watching this show, and I tried to watch it, but I fell asleep. But I felt like, I mean, if the show couldn't keep my attention to try to force me to stay awake, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought. So I never went back to watch it. But if it's something that I should get into, I just told you guys, I just finished like the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen. So let me know if I should go watch Attack on Titans. Attack on Giants, or AOG as Moth likes to call it, was a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko was the main character from the show. He was a sorcerer known for his shy, airheaded demeanor, and as of late, his hairstyle had become the trendy topic within the community. Now that I thought about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the latest episode? How am I supposed to know? I didn't even watch Attack on Titans. What do you think I'm watching? Attack on Giants? I haven't seen the latest episode yet. Oh, for real? LOL, that's okay, eh? I guess we'll both find out soon then. Evil devil face. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night you were gonna head to work at 8 a.m.? Cause it's like almost 9:30 where you're at now. Right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again? Looking at the time display on my phone, I immediately let out a string of curses and leaped to my feet. Shite! Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly strewed across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shrugged it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spared myself a final glance in a poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I choose was appropriate for the job. Well, I think you said something about working at a library. So let's see what we got. Oh, I thought they were going to show outfits. Okay, never mind. Something comfy, some alternative, some professional, something trendy, something casual, something cutesy. So it may not sound like it sometimes, but I went from being a hardcore tomboy, sit with your legs open, to being a cutesy girly girl. I like the floral patterns, the polka dots, the poofy dresses and stuff. So I'm going to go cutesy. Don't judge me. Don't judge me at all, okay? We're family. Y'all making talk about me a little bit jokingly. Don't you guys dare judge me. You can't go wrong with a bit of pastel, bows, and florals. Okay, you see? Giving myself a small spin in the mirror, I admire how the soft fabric and patterns flowed around me. But enough of that. I can check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off the stray pieces of lint on my sleeve before I finally head out the front door. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough. Excuse me. And almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. Jesus. With a grumble, I tugged the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert the key came with a bit of struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempt to lock my door. Seriously? When is a lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. Oh, hey Angel, looking good. And so are you. Isn't she cute? Violet. My neighbor, Violet, practically beams at me while she fishes through her pockets for her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant. I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. Okay. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other various kinds of flora. But I wasn't going to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in with the wind always smelled floral and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. Oh my God, no. Hey, your outfit's just my style. You look cute. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. In response, I shoot her one of my own, and it was enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. Aww. Little upbeat person. She's a 6 o'clocker. I'm not a 6 o'clocker, okay? We're going to respond with, nice to see you again. I don't want to be mean and be like, hey, I'm late. Don't talk to me type of thing, because that's so rude. We're not going to be rude in here, okay? Yeah, it's nice to see you too. I'd usually be still at the flower shop at this time. So it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to the little guy's family. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you about this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulling at her features as Violet continues fiddling with the lock of her door. What are you talking about? Come on. Don't act like I didn't see a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy for a walk. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her plants, named plants, out on a walk at night. But the thought of someone leaving my apartment seems to set off way more alarm bells. I give Violet a concerned look and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me that you were drunk or something. She is just too cute. I love her outfit and everything. Oh my god. With a huff, she gives up on unlocking her door. It seems as though we both share the same problem with our apartment locks, and places her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy? Wearing a darker slasher hoodie? Probably into either alt fashion or bondage with the crazy amount of belts looped wrapped around his leg? Ring any bells? No. Last night I was catching up on some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I would have heard them. My place isn't really big anyways. Really? But I was so sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek in a thinking matter before she pouts up, seemingly giving in for now. Well, all right then. Maybe it was somebody else's apartment? I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, where's the landlord doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It would give me a peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, you guys, my voice is going away. Give me a second to drink some water. Okay, that's a little better. All right then. Thank you, Angel. Welp, I've got some plants to water and some MMOs to raid in, so... Toodaloo! Violet lets out one last huff before she packs up her plant. What did she name this one again? And goes back into unlocking her door. Good talk, I guess. Even if it was kind of awkward. Yeah. See you later, Vi. Slipping past the neighbors and into the hallway, I make my way for the stairs. When will they fix the broken elevator? And break into a slight jog. Thankfully, the weather was cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. I mean, I guess that's the good part, I suppose. So I guess, in a sense, we had somebody break in our house. I don't know how I feel about that. I really wish my neighbor had been like, hey, hello, I'm Violet, the neighbor. Who are you? But, I guess we'll figure out what's going on later, I suppose. The smell of old paper, coffee, and soft incense flood my senses as I step through the library glass doors. The melodic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ears as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor. Oh. She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile, and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of the co-workers here at Cortland Bay Library, and one of the very few people here who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, me too, she is more than make up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing sometimes, and I rather find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she is charming to work with, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedule would look like without her help? Angel, look at the time. I printed out your... Wait, where did I... Her expression turns into a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and a slight watch of amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of papers lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back in hand with a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big bold letters. Sorry. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for a few weeks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stacking books all day long? Although, you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time, though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk, and I begin to pull out some of my belongings, and the front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor had it all covered, I leave the customer to her as I go back to prepping everything for the day. But as I turned around to check on her, I noticed she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. As if sensing my gaze, she spins around in her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives me a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, the new guy. I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he have a little crush on you. She's cute too. I really like how these characters are designed so far. I've only seen two so far, but they really look amazing. Especially with that outfit you got on, you look amazing. So I can't fault him for staring. Because he was staring a lot. Snorting, I pushed Eleanor's chair so she was facing the other way, and I focused my attention back on the papers in front of me. I was with everyone today, always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in business that wasn't their own. Well, let me tell you, you are in a small town, and everyone's business is everyone's business. That's all I'm going to say. I learned that when I first moved to a small town, and everywhere I go, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know you. I know your mom. She works here. Your name is this, right? And I'm like, how do you know my name? Even though everybody would call me Saboya and Sequoia and Sedana and Savannah is another one. I don't know why, but yeah. They would always say my name and just literally butcher it. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt that my deadbeat landlord was going to do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work. Maybe even some kind of alarm system. You don't have one already? But would the stores even be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards by Eleanor playfully wheeling my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak in my ear. Would you look at that? Lover boy in aisle 8 needs help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelf, signaling that the staff that someone is in that row needing assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to go and help them herself, so I begrudgingly began to make my way towards aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her, though, knowing fully well that my teasing co-worker would be sporting the biggest grin on her face of my misfortune. It's your job to help people at the library, so I wouldn't call it misfortune. Ducking around the corner into the aisles, I immediately was met with a broad backside that was covered by what had to be the most comfiest looking cardigan I've ever seen. The person who it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly cleared my throat and absentmindedly shift my weight from one foot to another, which I need to do myself. Oh my God. You are gorgeous, sir. He is so cute. Are those scars or are those tattoos? Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God. Like, the more I look, the cuter he's getting. All I'm gonna ask is that whatever scene that my friend absolutely wants me to see, let it be with him. Let it be with him. Let it be with him. He seemingly jumped at the sudden noise before sheepishly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken aback by the soft demeanor, doe eyes, and imposing height. So he's a tall guy. Okay, I like him tall. Stop it, Voya. These visual novel guys are gonna murder you. Stop it. So this was the guy who rented out the recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fits the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessing over with Moth during our late night video calls. In fact, even the overall cut and style appeared vaguely similar bad to his. I bit my tongue saying similar. Don't judge me. But then again, this hairstyle could have been trending right now or something, and I just so happened to be the last to know about it. But now that I really had a good look at the man, which proved difficult considering his towering height, this stranger seems to be bearing a near picture perfect resemblance to the main lead from the webtoon I was reading. Okay. I just got a weird vibe and like a weird feeling in my gut. So now I think this man might be stalking me. Please don't be a cute stalker, okay? It's hard to run away from him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't gotta say it in the comments, I know. It was called Always With You. It is revolved around the main character meeting the love of his life in a library where they both what? Okay. I thought they was gonna show something and say, see, I knew my friend lied to me. I just have this gut feeling. I don't know if it's because of what she just said or because of what I know might be coming up if I choose the right stuff. But I just feel like something's wrong. As if noticing my spaced out look, the stranger absentmindedly scratched at his jaw while he awaits me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I had been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he had been muttering quietly to himself. I wasn't expecting you to show up so soon. Sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. I was just looking for, His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily try to make sense of what was spilling from his cherry-tinted lips. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offer him a reassuring smile in return and an encouraging nod of my head. Oh, that's so sweet. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his sleeve. I felt the sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find the action annoying, endearing, relatable? Who knows? But instead, I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. But, wow, even his mannerisms are so eerily similar to Haruko's. The endearing awkwardness of the sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it honestly felt like he walked straight out of an anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is gonna freak when I tell him about this. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time with a lot more confidence in his tone and a fire in his eyes. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I found was organic wildlife, but nothing about coralline base plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle? He was looking for a book about native flora? Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Yeah, let him come into her apartment and tower over her and be awkward in front of her. And probably freak her out. He's gonna freak her out, of course. Chuckling to myself in thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents on the shelf behind him. He almost seems to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but shows no sign of moving away. In fact, he seems to almost lean closer and incline his head towards mine. No, I would be freaking out. I'd be like, can you back up, please? I'm sorry. I really, physical contact from strangers make me nervous unless I invite you into my personal space. Do not invade my personal space. Like, you ask me, can I get closer to you? Can I give you a hug? Like, and then let me invite you in because I'll freak out. And had I not been preoccupied with finding that book, I would have noticed how his breath hitches in his throat as my scent fled his senses. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Those kind of books are just more hidden, I guess. I stepped past him this time and made my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absent-mindedly, I run a finger against the spines of each book until I come into contact with the one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pull the book from the shelves and give the cover a once-over before offering it to the man behind me. Is this what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with misplaced book in the bookshelves, who would bring a cookbook to a nature aisle? I barely noticed his blue eyes hungrily trailed across my form before landing on the book held in my outreached hand. Oh my God, this man is looking me up and down like he's hungry and I am bound to let him eat. Don't judge me. We're all thinking that he's hot. With shaky fingers, he reaches out and takes it from me. I watch as he flips through the pages to take in some information before finally settling on the book with an affirmative nod. Yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. You're like an angel sent from heaven or something. You're so helpful, kind too. What? What? Oh, I didn't. Did I just say that out loud? I didn't mean to. That must have been weird. I'm sorry. He looked as though he was about to cry now, and I hastily threw my hands up in comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Oh my God, I didn't want to make him cry. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I just wasn't expecting someone to say that about me is all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are an angel. Okay. Deep breath, Voyia. Deep breath. We got this. We're not going to let this man take over us. Thanks. Angel, huh? I seriously doubt that's the reason why my parents named me that in the first place, but it was crazy how he was able to guess my name so easily. Figuring that was my cue to leave before things got awkward, I gave him one last friendly smile before suddenly glancing back towards the front desk, but the eccentric man shows no signs of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me expectantly. Okay, maybe he wants to talk. Maybe we can talk to him. Did he want to continue a conversation? Seems unlikely as he didn't say anything. Okay, maybe he's just awkward. Some guys are just super awkward. You got to look past, like, it's so hard. in my personal opinion, with my personal experience, it is so hard to tell the creepy guys from just the socially awkward guys. And the socially awkward guys are good. The creepy ones are not. So you have to kind of look for the cues and, like, are you socially awkward or are you uber creepy? Like, I'm going to wake up and you're going to be sucking on my big tail creepy. Like, so it's hard, but you can figure it out. It's just, you got to look for certain things and stuff. So, I mean, I can't help you on that one. I can't help you on that one because I fell for the creepy guys a lot. Did he want to continue a conversation? It seemed unlikely as he didn't say anything. He simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I cleared my throat for what had to been the millionth time today and gestured vaguely to the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should... This is just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue a conversation or just leave? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he's apparently a regular Patreon in the library I worked at. But he wasn't making much of an effort either. So what should I do? Keep talking to him, stare back at him, politely excuse yourself and leave. Lying in the conversation. I personally would keep talking, like, so are you new here type of thing, or so the weather it's pretty nice, huh? Like, just because when I get nervous, I talk a lot. So forgive me. So, do you come here often? Seriously, Angel, that was the best you can come up with? Dang it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually. I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Although I usually end up coming here to hide away in a corner somewhere and look at you. Books collections. Not you, of course. You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, mister. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Oh, I guess you're right. You can call me. Uh oh. That made me worried. Can I click on it? Okay. I just clicked on it just in case. And if it jump scared me, I would have been mad at the creator instantly. So mad. I'm getting some water, you guys. What? It was like he said something, but his voice was delayed. Was that even his voice? He was speaking English? It almost felt like something that came out of a dream. How did you do that? Do what? Anyways, you can call me Ren if you like. Is it alright if I call you Angel? It's a really nice name, in my personal opinion at least. Wait, did he just guess my real name? Or was he just using Angel as a nickname? And was he really flirting with me right now? Are you okay? Yeah, I think, but how do you know my name? I don't remember telling you. Silly, it's on your name tag. I've done that before. I was like, how do you know my name? Somebody called me by my name in the store. It's like, excuse me, when I was working at a store. And I turned and looked, and they started flirting with me. I was like, okay, well, I'll see you around. And they said my name. Like, I'll see you around, Voyia. And I was like, excuse me, how do you know my name? And he was like, because your name tag says your name. I didn't say nothing. I just turned around and walked away. I saw him again, and he looked at me and smiled and put his head down like he was embarrassed for me. Never saw him again. Never talked to him again. It was meant to never be, but he was cute. As if to prove a point, Ren reaches out and gently flicks my name tag that I somehow forgot that I had put on this morning. Oh! Angel is a cute name, though. And it really, really, really is fun to say, especially over and over again. Don't say that. Don't say that. We try not to fall for you, okay? I want to think of you as a creep and not the cute, awkward guy. Right. Anyways, say, are you busy later? I would love to thank you for helping me find this book. Seriously, what's up with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. It's almost like he was putting up several fronts to see which one I would respond to better. Actually, I'm busy this afternoon. I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, what was he gonna do? Personally show up at my doorstep and test the new lock himself? Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night and I didn't notice. And I don't think they stole anything, but still, it's creepy. You said that too casually. I'd have been like, oh, no reason, because I wouldn't trust anybody, because I'd feel like he was the one that broke in. Although he can break in if you like. He's fine. He's so cute. I figured it's better to be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, but it sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag when they least expect it and beat him up to teach him a lesson. Stay up all night if you have to. Really get the edge on him. I couldn't help but let out a genuine chuckle at the suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would have been the side of him that I'd prefer. I mean, yeah, he can be shy, funny, and all this other stuff. But I've noticed in my dating life experience and stuff, I swore I was gonna write a book on like the dating experience I had because you would swear it's out of a movie. But um, uh, I feel like guys have multiple personalities. It's like they have the gentleman personality, like when they want to be a gentleman to you and they want to show off, like, hey, I'm sweet and all this other stuff. Then they have that one side where they're like, I'm going to turn into a beast and a monster and growl at you and all this other stuff and show you that I'm a man. And then they have the one side that's soft and subtle and gentle and stuff. But us women, we have those sides too, except we don't have one where we want to show you that we're a woman. We kind of like, we're gentle, but we can be mean. Like, we kind of have two sides. I feel like men got four. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. We either have sweet or sour. They have sweet, slightly sweet, sour, bitter, hot, spicy, all of that. Where was I at? Yeah, right there. He seemed to be at ease, and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Yeah? And who's gonna go beat the guy up at 3 a.m.? Because last time I checked, I'm not the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. And definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. You? But, I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and that's fine. I could tell you all about myself on the walk there. My whole life story, even where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met, which happens to be one so far. Before I could even comment on his sudden confidence, Ren seems to pick up on my discomfort of his choice of words, if it even was discomfort that I was feeling, and hastily backtracks. Hey, or not, I was just messing around. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There it is again, that subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? He definitely looked like he can handle himself in a fight, his contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't a bad idea. How will you respond? Okay. For the content only, the content alone, I am going to choose the top one. But never, and I'm talking to my little sisters out there, my big sisters out there, everybody, no. I'm talking to my brothers too. Brothers and sisters, all, my whole YouTube family, come together. I want y'all to sit down and listen to this. Don't you ever let me find out that y'all inviting cute strangers, just like anime characters, to your house. That is a no-no. Bad family, and TikTok family. I might make this a short so I could tell them off too. Don't do that. That's bad. But I'm gonna invite him over. Oh God. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying for the night? I'd feel a bit safer knowing someone else was around. Oh, you actually want me to come over? I mean, yeah, sure. Definitely. He seems a bit too eager for this. If it's not too much trouble, I get... Where is she? Angel? Ah! There you are. Someone is at the front desk looking for you, and... Oh, sorry, are you busy right now? I can... Impeccable timing as always, Eleanor. No, it's fine. I think everything was already handled here, right? Oh, look at his face. He looks so sad. I give them two a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I gently clasp my hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look of my own. If you need more help, I'm sure Eleanor can assist you. She loves helping others, right? As soon as I turn to leave, oh, he looks angry now. As soon as I turn to leave, I barely missed the way Ren's eyes zone in on the hand resting on Eleanor's shoulder. Uh-oh. It's okay to be a little jealous, to show your girl, like, I care about you. But don't be too jealous. That's a little too jealous for my taste. Oh man, Eleanor, you better be careful. He might punch you in the back. Hours seem to pass by in a blur, and I soon find myself resting up in the employee lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier, and I couldn't help but wonder what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book that I offered? What about the recommended novel for the week? Ren surely was strange, to say the least, but I had to admit that he did seem kinda cute with his oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. He still gave me an off-putting vibe though, especially with his ever-changing personality. Yeah, that would freak me out. Like I said, guys have multiple personalities too that they use. They have, the gentleman, the professional, the beast, and we know what the beast is for. And, the strong, like, I'm a man type of thing and stuff. But it doesn't change as often as how Ren's personality was changing. It's like it depends on what mood they are in. And if I had to be completely honest, that shy and timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out for himself, and I just so happened to be his first victim. But who was I to call him out for it? That was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out for himself, and I just so happened to be one of his first victims. But who was I to call him out for it? That was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. Angel, is everything all right? It's not often I find you here at this time. Cohen, my boss, startles me as he suddenly appears in an entranceway. he's cute too. Everyone saw him as some kind of blessing to this institution because the moment he showed up, all forms of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. The low-life teens started causing chaos elsewhere, and the rumored gangs became few and far between. At first, I thought that he might have been linked with these criminals because of his intimidating gaze and facial scars, but then I got to know him better and found out that he held a massive soft spot for those dear to him. Though, much like Eleanor, Colin felt like more of a father figure with how much he fretted over the staff and with their well-being. Oh, that's so sweet. I mean, he literally installed an air conditioner and a water dispenser last week because one of the employees fainted due to heat stroke. It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I doubt I could say the same about my old job in the city. Cohen was also nice to chat with whenever I went on my breaks, and would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before returning to my desk. But after realizing that I had, once again, been spacing out, I pulled myself back from my thoughts and turned to offer my boss an acknowledging smile. Yeah, I'm fine, just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seemed hesitant to leave, if the way he was shifting from one foot to another was any indication. He shoots me a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. Have you seen Eleanor? I asked her to come see me regarding the unsorted novels in the storage room, but she's yet to show up. Eleanor? Last time I saw her, she was talking to one of our patrons in aisle 8. Maybe she's still there. I'll have to check again then. Thank you. And with that, he disappeared just as quietly as he came. But that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor to suddenly go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It'd been a while, so I figured she would have finished helping him and left by now. Oh well, I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. Ren didn't seem much of the talkative person anyway. Jeez, why do my thoughts keep returning to that eccentric man? I mean, I can give you 5 reasons, and I can definitely tell you if you probably Eleanor seems like the type of person that if you were not gonna act on it, she probably was, and she probably did. Deciding that I wasn't gonna waste my time thinking about any more pink hair guys, my beloved Haruko aside, I got up from the lounge and meandered my way back towards the front desk again. But Once I arrived, I immediately noticed that my chatty coworker was still nowhere to be found. It was just like the boss had said. Eleanor wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it wasn't like her to leave the receptionist desk unattended for so long. Maybe she managed to knock over a pile of books again and was busy cleaning it up. I certainly wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for her. Well, whatever. I'm sure she'll turn up soon again. The impact from me plopping down on my office chair causes the papers around me to rustle, and a bright pink sticky note fluttering around captures my attention. Assuming it was left here by Eleanor, I peel the folded note off of my computer screen and read it. Angel. Unfolding it to read the following. I'll be waiting for you after work, but if you change your mind about the deal, just keep walking. I'll take the hint, don't worry. The stuttering guy from aisle 8. The stuttering guy from aisle 8? I couldn't help but crack a smile at the name Ren chose for himself. Jesus. Okay. All right, Ren. I guess he knew he was already freaking out. Hey, look, it's okay to stutter. I mess up too. Don't feel bad. And before I could allow Eleanor the chance to manifest behind me and tease me to kingdom come, I pocket the note and go back to sorting through the stacks of returned books left on my desk. True to his word, I caught a glimpse of Ren patiently waiting for me on one of the benches as I packed up for the day to leave the library. From afar, he looked like an oversized puppy waiting for its owner to return from work, and immediately I find it rather cute, especially with how his figurative tail started to wag upon my arrival. Ren seemed all too happy to see me, but before I could call him out on it, he offers me a bottle of water I assume he bought from one of the convenience stores down the street. You worked hard today. Now you can finally rest, huh? He looked down at me again with a glimmer of expectancy in his eyes, so I hastily take the bottle of water from his grasp and give him an affirmative nod of my head. Thanks. No problem. Did you want to head off now, or did you want to rest for a bit? I mean, you were standing a lot today. He seems almost lost in his thoughts, and I wonder how he knew what I had been doing all day. After all, I figured he would have left after he found the book, but maybe he stayed a bit longer to read it? No, I'm fine, but do you think we can make a quick detour on the way? I still need to... Oh God, who is this? Angel! Heyo. He's so cute. They're cute. All of them are cute, and he looks angry. He looks so angry. Ah, I can recognize those boisterous voices anywhere. The first one belonged to Jae Hyung, a guy that I had met during the early days of university. He sat next to me during our first few days of orientation and even offered to lend me his phone charger when my batteries started to run out. He's a fun guy to be around, though his extroverted and energetic personality was often hard to keep up with. But Leon, the other guy awkwardly hanging off of Jay's arm, so I'm assuming that Leon is the one to the far, for me, the far right, was a different story. We'd practically known each other since we were babies, but he moved away from Cortland Bay when he was still in elementary school. Aww. So you haven't seen him since you guys were wee little lads. That's cute. I wasn't sure when he moved back to the Bay, but it was great knowing I'd be able to see him again. I wish I could have found more time to hang out with him just like we used to, but I was always busy with work, and he was always busy playing volleyball or taking care of his sick mother in the hospital. Oh my God, that made him more hot. Before I knew it, I was being pulled out of my thoughts by Jay's bubbly laughter. Hey, hey, still with us? Hey, Angel, finally finished with work? Oh, who's this? This is Ren. We actually met at work today. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell Leon, the human personification of overprotective, that I just met the man today. What would he think if he found out I was bringing home a complete stranger? Oh my God. Listen. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to let them know that you're about to take this complete stranger home. It's just a terrible idea. Let's just leave it at that. We're gonna Gonna have to get past this. He uh he usually rents out the recommended books at the library. Anyways, Leon, Jay, this is Ren. Ren, this is Leon and Jay. Unfortunately, these guys are my friends. It's truly unfortunate to know a handsome bloke such as myself. Leon dramatically clutches a spot above his heart and leans further into Jay's shoulder. So you're Ren? Are you new here? I'd like to think that I know everyone here in the Bay, but seems I've been proven wrong. Yeah, I recently moved here a couple of months ago. Oh, same as Angel? I'm pretty sure she moved back here like, what, 2 months ago, right? Leon looked at me for confirmation, and I meekly nodded my head. Strange how I've been back here for 2 months, and I've yet to find enough time to catch up with all my friends. Oh, what a coincidence. Anyways, talking about moving is boring. Do you want to come hang out with us? I barely noticed how Ren gets shoved to the side by Jay, intentional or not, nor could I make out the scowl on his face as soon as the excitable man leans a little too close into my personal bubble. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look, Eleanor's missing. We don't even know what's wrong with Eleanor right now. We're inviting this man back to our house and everything. We don't need this man getting angry over crazy stuff. We need to relax. We're just about to head over to Club Shoreline. Do you want to come? I'm sure Leon wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Oi, I don't mind paying for her, but who said anything about paying for you? I did just now. Thanks, Leon. You're the best. I don't miss the way Leon rolls his eyes at Jay's antics before settling his gaze on me once more. Do you want to tag along? I really don't mind paying if you do. Sorry, guys. I actually already made plans. And do these plans have anything to do with this slinky fellow? My name is Ren. Oh, God. Ren, don't kill him. Don't hurt him. Actually, yeah. And I just noticed that he is taller than both of them. Yeah, please stop it. This man looks like he's going to hurt somebody, okay? Let's just relax. Actually, yeah. I promised to hang out with him today. Aw, he can come clubbing with us too. The more the merrier. I'd rather not. Sorry, maybe another time. I'm kind of drained from work anyway, so... Hey, no worries, y'all. Just make sure you take it easy when you get back home, yeah? He shoots me a considerate smile before throwing his arms over Jay's shoulders. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can catch up on another time, yeah? And if you need help with anything, just give me a ring, yeah? I'll watch my phone like a hawk tonight. Oh my God, he's cute. He's so cute. It was nice catching up with you again, doll. It's nice to meet you too, Ron. He did it I promise you he did that on purpose. And as he leaves, I notice the way Leon looks Ren up and down, almost as if he's sizing him up. But Jay, like always, ignored the moves and thumps Leon in the back, encouraging him to walk faster. I watch as they both throw a carefree wave over their shoulder as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. Oh boy. So it seems like maybe Leon might have a tiny little crush on Angel. And that made Ren mad. Look at his face. He's so angry. It's hot, but he's angry. So that wasn't awkward at all. I turn to look at Ren, but his eyes seem to be fixated on the two retreating figures. He doesn't seem to snap out of it, so I gently call out his name again. Oh, sorry. Do you wanna head back now? In the end, we made a quick detour to the local locksmith before heading back to my apartment. So, this is my place, and you'll have to excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting anyone over. Hey, don't worry about it. I know you're not a messy person. I mean, from what I can tell, you really do seem like that type. If you only see me at work, let me tell you, there are workaholics that never clean their house, and then there's workaholics that pay people to clean their house. I don't think that Angel is one of those workaholics that pay people to clean their house. That house is probably filthy. Yeah, well, I hope you can still keep that image of me after you've seen the state of my place. His soft laughter echoes down the hallway and almost drowns out the sound of my neighbor opening her door. Oh! Violet almost seems embarrassed as she jumps behind the door, clearly not expecting someone to be around at this time, but she brushes this off with a soft smile and steps outside. Hello again, Angel. We seem to be bumping into each other a lot today, huh? Oh, who's this? How do I explain to my neighbor that Ren wasn't some guy that I just met at work today? I'm certain she chewed me out for bringing home a complete stranger, but still, he didn't exactly seem like the type to murder me in my sleep. Girl, how do you know that? You don't know that, what he's gonna do to you? In fact, he seemed more like the type of guy that would ask me to return his order because he asked for no pickles or something. Uh, I'm Ren. Immediately, his large frame blocks my views as he steps in front of my neighbor and me, almost as if he wanted to put as much distance between us as possible. One of his hands shoots out from his pockets, and he gruffly offers it to Violet for her to shake. Concerned about his abrupt actions, I sidestepped him and looked up to gauge his expression. I'm Angel's friend. I see. I haven't seen you around before, though. Are you new to the area? Relax, Vi. He's not a serial killer or anything. At least, I sure hope he wasn't. I think you should have guessed that before you brought him home. And why did I feel a sudden urge to defend him? It wasn't like I could confidently say that he was some kind of holy being that flew down from heaven or something. Maybe he was the one who needed to be called Angel instead. Well, it didn't really matter. Yes, it does. I hate the main character's nonchalant slash, like, kind of like, oh, I'm concerned about my well-being. You gotta be one or the other, okay? You can't be like, oh my God, what if he does kill me? Oh, well, it's fine. No, you can't be like that. Shame on you. Really? Ren actually offered to stay at my place for the night in case the creep decides to come back. Oh, well, I mean, he certainly has the height for it. I get that a lot. So, this isn't sparking, like, like she hasn't talked about this person ever. She talked about Moth to you, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but something seems a little off. But don't worry, she's safe in my hands. Well, all right then. A friend of Angel is a friend of mine. But I have my eye on you, Mr. Totally Not a Serial Killer. She whispers the next part to Ren under her breath, but clearly had the intentions of letting me hear it as well. Just remember that I know what you look like now, so don't complain if you see your face plastered all over a milk carton soon enough. Well, alrighty then. Enjoy your night. And no funny business, you two. I mean, if the night decides to take it that route, we can take it that route. By the way, if I sound different, it's because I had to stop recording for a few minutes and go do something. And now I'm back. My throat feels better. And yeah, that's about it. I watched the anime. I'm off for my walk now. Toodles. Ignore her, please. All right. Well, guess it's time to go in the house now. Okay, but I gotta ask, was she holding a potted plant on a walk? Yes, she was. Look, she said don't ask about it. If you don't ask about it, we ain't gotta tell you about how weird our neighbor absolutely is. Dropping my keys into the bowl, I shrugged off my coat and draped it over one of the chairs near the entrance. Well, make yourself at home. Turning to Ren, I watch as he awkwardly shuffled about in the hallway, almost certain of should he come inside or not. He moves to take off his shoes, and I watch in awe as he neatly stacked them next to the umbrella rack. Oh, are you the type that leaves your shoes on at home? Sorry, I'll No, no, no. You're fine. I'm the type of person that shoes do not come in my house. Now, if you accidentally wear your shoes in my house, I'm not gonna be like one of those people like, no shoes in my house, get out. But I'm the type of person that's like, please take your shoes off. Socks only. If you need some slippers, I have slippers in the front door. Just no shoes in the front. God, he really was adorable. But now that he was here, I wasn't quite sure what to do next. Usually I'd pop on a TV show and some anime while I chowed down on some takeaway food, or even talk to Moth until some unreasonable hour in the morning. But now that I had company over, I wasn't quite sure what to do. I didn't even know what Ren liked to do in his free time. Turning to face the pink-haired man once more, I almost jumped back in fright. Clearly, I wasn't expecting him to get so close to me while I was lost in thought. I could almost feel the heat radiating from the large frame, and I feel the small puffs of air leave his nostrils as he shyly leans down to look at me. Let me tell you, this man had to have studied her, because it seems like he's hitting all the right spots, and she's so confused on how perfect he really is. Either he's a stalker or you just lucked out, girl. You just uber lucked out. Oh, so breathe, Angel, breathe. Was there anything you wanted to do, or because I usually just, dang it. It was hard to think straight when he was standing so close to me and wafting his stupidly strong scent of mint and fresh linens in my direction. Why was I even so attentive to the way Ren smelled? Wow, I'm beginning to sound like a creep. Nah, I don't really have anything I need to do. You just go about your normal routine if you want, and I'll try not to get in your way. Or you can just put me in a corner somewhere and pretend I'm not here. Whatever works for you. No offense, but you take up much more room than you think, so I doubt that would work. Touchy. So, I really hope this man isn't a murderer, but the main picture, we saw the main picture. Ooh, I'm so nervous. Once again, I find myself being drawn in by his soft laughter, and I couldn't help but chuckle along with him. Was it always easy to talk to him? It was like we were childhood friends reminiscing about old times or something, except the only one making it awkward now was me. Glancing back at Ren, I noticed how he was still looking at me with those expectant eyes of his as he looms over, looms over me in the entryway. He obviously didn't want to do something I'd be uncomfortable with, and he couldn't really suggest anything since it wasn't his home, so I guess the choice was up to me after all. How should you respond? Okay, make a late night snack, suggest getting ready for bed. So since Angel's normal routine is to actually, playfully, talk on the phone with, playfully talk to Moth and watch anime, we can just watch some TV. Maybe he'll enjoy some anime too, again, if he's not a stalker. Well then, I usually just watch TV while I get ready for bed. Do you want to watch something to pass the time? Sounds great to me. Once we were both seated and comfortable on the couch, I picked up the remote and decided on something to watch. There wasn't much on this time besides some B-list horror flicks. Ugh, I cannot watch horror movies by myself. I really can't. And to my surprise, I find out that Ren actually liked those kind of movies. Or at least he seems to enjoy it in the way he's hunched over in his seat, gaze intently staring at the screen as a hunt sequence begins. But I suppose I can understand the intrigue, seeing as once I glanced back at the television, I found myself completely enraptured in the suspense and overall chilling atmosphere of it all. The killer was chasing down the victim now, and I watched with bated breath as he stalks his way towards the door, cutting off the glow of the light from underneath the door frame. Almost smugly, he knew exactly where the victim was hiding, and the masked killer knocked on the door before letting himself in. He walks with heavy footsteps towards the edge of the bed before, ever so slowly, bending down. lifting the quilt up, raising the axe, and ah! Ah! It wasn't the jump scare that got me, but rather Ren's abrupt yell. Clenching my shirt with a rapid heartbeat thumped against my chest, I spared a glance at the lanky man with fleeting anger in my eyes. Sorry, I really didn't think a cheap jump scare like that would get me. And here I thought you enjoyed watching these kind of films. I do, I guess I wasn't paying much attention at the time. I see. I didn't, in fact, see. We can change the movie if you like. You don't have to watch it because of me. I know you prefer watching anime anyway. Now, I don't mind watching scary movies if you... Huh? How did you know I'd like watching anime? Just when you think you found the perfect man. He was beautiful. He's tall. He's got pink hair. He wears cardigans like no other. His nails are painted and everything. And you find out that he probably just stalked you this whole entire time. That side of me wasn't something I go around telling attractive strangers, and I certainly would remember if I told it to Ren. I saw the poster on your wall when we came in. Attack on Giants or something, I think. Oh, right. I forgot I hung that up when I first moved into this apartment, but I'm surprised that he noticed it from all the way in the lounge room. But shouldn't it be dark by now in the hallway? It's not like there was any windows that let in moonlight, and I hadn't turned the lights on yet. I actually do like anime too. I've recently started watching it because, well, I thought it looked interesting. He watches Attack on Giant? Well, now that I thought about it, it made a lot of sense. He definitely gave off Haruko vibes, and his oddly specific hairstyle and timid personality were proof of that. Then again, it really might have been a coincidence after all, but there was no harm in asking, right? Is that why you styled your hair like that? Because it honestly reminds me of the character from it. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. Do you know him? Haruko? He's a sorcerer who... Come on, Angel, tone it down. This wasn't Moth you were gushing to. No one needed to see this cringy side of you. Although, looking at Rin, he did seem to be interested in what you had to say. But then again, he probably's just being nice. Maybe it is just a trendy haircut or something. Sorry. I like Haruko too. He was very timid and sweet, isn't he? I guess that's why he's a fan favorite, huh? Do you normally go for guys like him? There's that switch in personality again. Was he always like this? I was beginning to think that it was much more than just an act he was putting on. Yeah, I'm telling you, men got like 5 to 6. I said 4 at the first time, but like 5 to 6 different personalities. He's your type, right? Actually, I get a weird sense of deja vu from his words, and I find myself thinking back to the time when Moth asked me the very same question. And now that I thought about it, Ren definitely fit the description I gave him. He had Haruko's look and personality, but also liked to dress in that cozy, soft academia aesthetic that I like. But my interests were ever changing and depending on my hyperfixation, so I couldn't say for certain what my current type was. As if noticing my far-off stare, Ren breaks the silence by talking once more. Oh, but you asked about the haircut, right? I guess it does have something to do with Haruko, but at the same time, not really. I chose this hairstyle because other reasons. Well, that certainly was ominous. But before I could ask, I watched Ren subtly try to mask the yawn by turning his head to the side while covering his mouth. It was endearing how he tried to pass it off as though he was simply looking around the room, but I knew better. Tired? I could get the bed set up for you if you like. Just give me a second to pull out the air mattress. It's fine. I don't want to be a bother. I can just sleep on the floor or something. I really don't mind, honest. But I have timber flooring. Seriously, don't worry about it. It'll just take 2 seconds. I get up from my spot of the couch and make a beeline to the closet before I can respond. And yet, I barely got 3 meters away before I could hear heavy, tall-tale footsteps of Ren following behind me once more, almost like a lost puppy. It honestly was kind of cute. Shaking my head to dismiss the thought, I pulled out the trusty Arab mattress from the closet and began setting it up in the lounge room. That is, until I found out that it had a massive gaping hole on the side. Those dang rats. Rats? Oh my God. What kind of apartment you stay? You must live in a hole in the wall. No way. I lived in a house. My family fell in hard times, and we lived in this house in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And when I tell you the house was infested, when you lay down, you could hear them scratching in the wall. One attacked my uncle. I watched one sit at the front door and stare me down like, this is my house and you better be out by Friday. And sure enough, my mom was like, I can't do this anymore. And then like one time we went in the kitchen, we had all the lights off because we had all left and went to the gym because like my family was trying to do like a family gym thing. Sorry for the rant. And we came home, turned the kitchen light on, and there were like 7 of them sitting in the middle of the floor, and they just like ran off out of nowhere. And my mom's like, I had it. We gotta go. I can't live in a house with mice and rats and stuff. Absolutely not. These dang rats, I swear, if I had a chance to move apartments, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But until then, I continue to send complaints after complaints to that good-for-nothing landlord. Really, I don't mind sleeping on the floor. Ren, you better mind, she has rats. And like I said, I have uncomfortable timber flooring. Unless, how should I respond? You could share my bed. You could sleep on the couch. My hallway has carpet. Okay, sorry. For the content, okay? Because there are 3 endings to this game. For the content, he can share my bed. Just for tonight. It's for the, don't judge me. It's for the content, okay? It's nothing more, okay? It's just for the content. I can hear y'all now. Oh, Voyia, you're so bad. You're nasty. You freaky. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's for content. Wow, did I really just suggest that? And where did I suddenly get so much confidence? I was certain that my face was beet red by now, and I could spare a glance at Ren to notice that he was sporting a similar demeanor. Sorry, I don't know why. No, I don't mind. It's just, is that really okay with you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable by invading your personal space, and I really don't mind sleeping on the floor. No, it's fine. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. We're just sharing a bed. We're not doing anything else. We're just sharing a bed. Okay, relax. After showing Ren to the bathroom to freshen up and change into my own PJs in the laundry room, I met him in the middle and we both made our way to the bedroom. I didn't bother flicking on the light, knowing full well that I'd be busy ignoring his presence next to mine by pretending to be asleep. So instead, I awkwardly lead him in the room before turning to face him in the darkness. You can just pick whichever side you prefer. You first. Oh, but maybe I should be the one closest to the door, just in case. He really didn't need to be so considerate, but nevertheless, I took my side on the left and slowly slipped underneath the sheets. I must have looked forced, but I awkwardly pat the empty space next to me and shoot Ren a crooked smile. He slowly makes his way over and joins me underneath the covers. And before he could even say anything, I slammed down a pillow between us. Yeah, set boundaries. Angel is not Voyia, okay? Because Voyia is bad. Doesn't mean that Angel is. We setting boundaries. Thwomp. Just in case I roll over or something, I'm known to be a cuddler in my sleep. Me too. Oh my God. That's fine. I'm the same, I think. You think? I mean, no one told me yet, but I've woken up to my limbs tangled around my pillow more times than I can count. I see. Yeah. Great. Now it's awkward again. But being close to Ren, I could smell his scent once more, and it felt almost comforting. I had to fight the urge to roll over onto my side to face him, or rather, the pillow once more. The bed dips when Ren moves around to get comfortable, and I find myself wondering what he might be looking at right now. Was it the ceiling, the pillows between us, or was he lying on his side and facing the wardrobe? Why was I so concerned in the first place? Sure, I did find him rather interesting, but that didn't explain why I wanted to look at his face once more. Did I want to get closer to him, or was I just curious about the stranger currently doing in my bed? How do I respond? Move the pillow, call out, say goodnight. Don't say anything. Since she's so curious that he's here, maybe it's a good idea if we call out and maybe just talk and try to ease that tension and that awkwardness that's here. Just maybe. Let's call out to him. Ren? His response was almost immediate, and it felt as though he was waiting with bated breath for me to talk. The bed dips under the weight before his crown of pink hair comes into view, and I slightly stare back at him in the dark. There seems to be some unspoken tension between us, and I had to fight the urge to act upon it. Yeah, see, like, you have to get the tension out of the air, otherwise it's just gonna be weird. What exactly was I feeling, and why did I want to find out? How do I respond? Lean over and kiss him? Hesitantly backtrack, say goodnight, go to sleep. I know what y'all gonna say. So I'm gonna do it anyway. So it's for the content. I promise it's for the content. So don't judge me. Y'all already judging me. And this is why I ain't gonna never tell y'all when I go on a date, because y'all just gonna be sitting here judging me like, Voyia just be giving up that booty to anybody. You see how she be doing these visual novel guys? And see, it's not like that, okay? I'm just saying he's cute, and you would do the same if you had a guy in your bed that was cute with pink hair and a cardigan on and black nails and stuff. Y'all make me so mad sometimes, I swear. Like, I ain't gonna never tell y'all when I go on a date. Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and drawing my face closer to his. Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, and I feel the warm breath against my cheek as my own face draws near to close the distance. Excuse me, sorry. One of my hands shoot out to rest against his chest, and before I could stop myself, I leaned in the rest of the way. Almost immediately, I was met with a pair of lips and the taste of cherry on my mouth. My eyelids fluttered shut at the sensation, and I let Ren's overwhelming presence engulf my entire being. The smell of fresh mint, masculine deodorant, and something that was so wholly Ren flooded my senses, and I felt myself becoming intoxicated by it all. It was like two pieces of the puzzle sliding together with how perfectly our lips seemed to meld with each other, and I couldn't pull myself away. Once his hand raises up to cuff my cheek, I find myself kneeling softly as Ren tilts my head to deepen the kiss. He takes my bottom lip into his own and gently bites down before his tongue joins in, curiously prodding against my lips as if to taste the waters. I swear this was a good day. I knew today was going to be good. My hand was itching and everything. I promise you I knew today was going to be a great day. When I meet him halfway with my own, he seems to have finally found the reassurance he needed before deepening the kiss even more. His other hand rests on my waist before gently pulling me closer, clearly not wanting any distance between us. So Ren wanted this just as much as I did? I could feel just how eager he was when he kissed me with more desperation and fervor than anything I've ever experienced in my life. Whew. Oh my goodness, it's getting hot in here. Let me go ahead and open the window real quick. Okay, the window's open. I had to open the window because it got hot. And it may not be the game, but it got hot in here. But we can only go on for so long before one of us needed air, and that someone happened to be me. When I pull away, Ren practically winces at the loss of contact, and I watch with slight amusement as his lips unconsciously follows to seek out mine once more before his eyes fluttered open. Oh my goodness, Ren. A beat passes as we just stare at each other, taking in the moment to process what had just occurred. His hands were still on me, and it was only then that I noticed he was tracing faint stars on my cheek with his thumb. Did that really just happen? His voice is soft, so soft that I could barely make out what he was saying. He's staring at me with so much overwhelming adoration in his eyes that I couldn't help but look away. And that was when I saw just how hard that kiss affected him. As I noticed what I was staring at, Ren let out an awkward sound and shifted so that his lower half was obscured by the blanket once more. Oh my, Ren. Let me stop. My neighbor's probably like, what is she talking about? Like, oh my goodness. Sorry, you're just so hard to resist. Not that I wanted to resist you or anything. I just, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want you. Taken aback by his sudden boldness, I had to allow myself a moment to collect my thoughts. How will I respond? It's already happening. I might as well just say yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, there's going to probably be so much blurring of words. And I'm not going to say the words. I'm going to give y'all hints of what the word is. And my friend told me that this doesn't have pictures. Like, it's not going to show anything lewd. But it is describing stuff. So, again, if I promise you, if I find some of you my young viewers looking at this, oh, I'd get the belt so quick. Look away. Look away. You do? Then tell me clearly what you want from me. Do you want me to kiss you again, or do you want something else? Where did this confident aura suddenly come from? The moment I showed interest, it was like he became a different person. Not that I was about to complain or anything. This side of him was insanely attractive. I told you guys got like multiple stuff going on. I'm telling y'all. You've gone quiet on me, Angel. You have to tell me what you want or I'll stop. And he's being considerate though. Like, he's not pushing himself on her. So that's why it doesn't make me feel like he's a stalker. Like, maybe he's overly protective, right? Maybe he's just overly protective. He's not a stalker. He's just overly protective. And he found interest in a girl and he tried to seek out things that she liked so he can get to know her better. That was all. Like, it's not stalking. It's just trying to find out about, like, you know, what a person likes and stuff. And sure, you may break in a house just to figure it out. But I mean, you got to figure it out somehow, right? Right? Am I right? No. I'm the only one thing like that. Is it just because he's hot? It's probably just because he's hot. Sorry if I bumped the mic. I want you, Ren. Please. Without missing a beat, Ren's large frame obscures my vision as he shifts between my thighs. His two arms rest against either side of my head and cage me in, and he stares down at me with almost predatory gaze. Oh my goodness. He barely allows me a moment to make sense the new situation before he leans forward to capture my lips in a searing kiss. His large frame engulfs my vision yet again, and I wrap my arms around his neck to pull him even closer to my body. There's a hunger behind his eyes now, almost as if he has been practically yearning for me all this time, so I lean in for yet another selfish kiss. He almost hisses at the contact before deepening it, and with one hand coming to caress my cheek once more as the other trails down my side. His kisses were much more fervent now, and I find myself melting into the warm touch. The hand on my side digs deeper into the flesh of my hips before it travels even lower to tug at the underside of my shirt. Again, I'm going to blur out the words, but I'm going to give y'all the best description I possibly can without getting demonetized. His eyes seek out mine in the dark to silently ask for permission, and I breathlessly nod my head. Almost eagerly, he pulls up my shirt to expose my breasts. I don't have to blur that out, okay? It ain't nothing too bad. The stark coldness of the room finally sinks in and sends chills down my spine, but I ignore it in favor of feebling tugging at Ren's clothes as well. He gets the message immediately, hastily tugging his outer sweater off over his head and letting one of his sleeves dangle off his arms haphazardly. But as I move in to take off his white undershirt, he stopped me by taking my hand in a gentle hold. Sorry, can we keep that on? I don't feel comfortable taking it off just yet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is he the predator or is it me? Like, not that kind of predator. Don't even start that crap. But I'm saying, like, she said that he was like staring at her with these predatory eyes and he's like a beast over her and stuff. But it seems like I want it more than he did. How long has it been since Angel has some? Oh my God. No, that's fine. I get it. He barely allows me time to respond before his lips latch onto my neck instead, and I let out an audible gasp as he bites and sucks on anything he can get his mouth on. Let me take off. I gotta take off my bonnet. My bonnet is, I'm telling y'all, I don't know what it is. I think I got a fever, but it's getting hot in here. One nibble in particular has me arching my body into him, and I suddenly become aware of just how much that had been affecting him yet again. Careful. He lets out a shaky moan in my ear, and I find myself wanting to hear him make the sound again, and so, almost devilishly, I reach my hand down to play with the hem of his jeans. I pull at the elastic of his waistband before letting it snap back into place, and Ren responds immediately. His hips rut desperately into mine as he whines once more into my ear, and his hands and teeth return to the spot on my body. Only this time, his biting a little harder and squeezing a little tighter. His other hand, however, glides down my side and makes quick work of my pajama bottoms, leaving me in nothing but my panties. So far, it isn't, like my friend said, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. I haven't read forward yet, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be when it said you got to be 18 and plus, but it is not something for people under 18, so I get it. I can feel the friction of his jeans even more against my core now, and I let out a muffled groan at the intense feeling. Almost greedily, Ren's hand shifts back up to swallow my noises with the heated kiss, and his hand busts itself with the elastic of my underwear. His ocean blue eyes find mine once more in yet another silent question, so I guide his hand to where I needed it the most as the answer. Oh my God, Ren. Stop, Ren. I'm telling... It's blurred out, but it's the F word. I might leave the F so y'all know what it was. Hearing him swear had me clenching my aching heat around nothing. And, as if he could sense my neediness, I felt his hand move in attention away from my... my lady part to insert one of his slender fingers into the very place I needed him the most and experimentally wiggle around. Oh my, it is okay, so it's starting to get a little worse now. He starts thrusting his fingers now, slowly easing it in and out of me before adding another. My breath hitches in my throat as I throw my head back, once again arching into the addictive touch. My hips shamelessly roll into his hand and I move in tandem with... Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to keep a straight face, but for some reason, I'm getting flustered. It takes a lot to make me blush, and I'm blushing. And I can see it because I have a mirror, but I mean, I'm trying not to, but I am. Not wanting to be the only one experiencing such pleasure, I reach down and tug at his pants, and he immediately gets the message and take them off, albeit with a bit of too much enthusiasm. Ren lifts himself from the top of me and casts his jeans off to who knows where before returning again with his undivided attention. And as if to make up for the temporary leaving me, he inserts yet another finger in me, and I feel myself stretching at the sheer size of him. God, just how big was he if Ren felt the need to prep me with 3 fingers? Oh! Sorry for the screaming, y'all. Y'all know y'all screaming with me. Shut up. If I could barely handle this many inside me, would I be able to? Reaching down, I let out a hitched breath as I take in just how large his manhood was. And I mean, it made sense considering his overall size, but still, he felt thick and heavy in my hand. Oh my God. And I could hardly wrap my fingers around it. I gave an experimental squeeze around the top part of the manhood. And I felt Ren shivering above me and nuzzle his head into the crook of my neck. His breath is hot against my skin now, and his fingers move eagerly inside me. Woo! As if responding to my sounds, his hand moves from my cheek to squeeze one of my breasts instead, and I couldn't help but arch my back into the shearing touch. No longer caring about the sounds I made or holding myself back, I knee into Ren's ministrations as I desperately cling to his warm skin, quickly feeling the throbbing bliss build up inside me. Just like that. Keep squeezing. Boy, you're gonna get me pregnant. You're gonna stop because you're gonna get me pregnant around here talking like this. His voice was barely whispered against my ear, but I heard it nonetheless, and I felt myself getting closer and closer to edge. I struck his length with the same fervor now as I shamelessly bucked my hips against his hand and seek out what I was desperately looking for. That's it, good girl. Use my fingers to get off. Woo! Ren, stop. I want you to, as y'all can see, y'all reading it too. Can you do that for me, Angel? He quickens the pace, and suddenly my vision goes white. My toes curl as Ren continues to thrust his slender digits inside me, and I can't with his name on my tongue. There you go. Frick. Y'all see it. Y'all reading it. Okay. Y'all know what it is. I barely heard the words as I lay there almost lifeless to catch my breath. Oh my God. This man is a Schmeck's god, excuse me. His fingers are still inside me and I feel them thrust a few more times before he withdraw them with an embarrassing squelch. Then, as if he was the devil incarnate, I watched as he brings his fingers to his lips and practically suck on them. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing this. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing. I need to close the curtains. I need to close the door. I'm alone, but I mean, I'm just saying I should close the door and stuff. And you know, I feel like I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. You taste just as good as I imagined. Oh God, are you all right? That wasn't too much, was it? Not at all. I think I just needed a moment. But during my hazed out state, I came to the realization that Ren was still strong. If his subtle grinding against my thigh had anything to do with it, so I wrapped my legs around his waist and drew him in closer. You're laying there lifeless. This man pulled the soul out of you with his fingers, his index, his ring, and his pinky. He went in there and he grabbed your soul and yanked it out. And you laying there and you saw the heaven gates open up and look you in the eyes. And you want more? Oh my God, Angel. High five. Y'all, high five Angel in the comments. You know, that one right there is for you, Angel. Right there. This girl's a trooper. I love her now. He cries out at the contact and doubles over, but catches himself on his forearms before he could crush me with his weight. Are you sure, Angel? We don't have to. His timid persona resurfaced once more, and had I not just experienced the best orgasm of my life, I would have been taken aback by the constant whiplash of his personality swings. I want to. Please? Apparently, that was all it took to have him back on me once more, and his hungry mouth and body on mine as his shaky hands moved to line himself up with the aching, lady part. You should know, I haven't done this before. Wait, what? I'm glad I get to experience my first time with someone like you. He's looking at me with those eyes again as if I was the one who strung the stars up in the night sky just for him to see. And now here he was, telling me that he'd never done this before? As if he didn't just make me ooze like he had the fingers of a Schmeck's god? How do I respond? So, you're just a fast learner. Okay. Got it. Okay. He said, Mama don't have to teach him nothing because Daddy knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. All right. Okay, I got it. I got it. So judging on Angel's life, I'm writing the story in my head, kind of. I feel like Angel hasn't done this before either. Just from how she lives her life now, because usually people who's done it before typically want it. So I'm just saying, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was a virgin until I was 24. Okay. And let me tell y'all, there is nothing wrong with being a virgin at all. I know a lady who was a virgin till she was 30. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. You wait till you're ready, not until the world's ready. The hell with the world. So I'm going to say it's Angel's first time too. Really? Then we're the same? The look of pure, unadulterated happiness washes over his features as I felt the leaking manhood of his manhood slowly pushing into me for the first time. We get to be each other's first. I'm so happy. Ren had the decency to slowly consider his large size, and I find myself clenching around every inch by agonizing inch as he enters me. I almost forgot to breathe as I feel him stretch out my walls, and I continuously latch onto his shoulders with my nails to bear the pain. Listen. There was one thing I wish someone told me, and it's not like it wasn't told to me. My mother told me it was going to hurt It definitely does hurt for the first time. It does. But it can go away. Now, my mother's old fashioned, so she had me bathe in Epsom salt and stuff. Like, she's like, oh, it's okay. Just bathe in some Epsom salt and you'll be okay and stuff. And I don't know if it was that or maybe some painkillers that I took, but I felt better after a while. It doesn't hurt all the time, but it did hurt the first time. It absolutely did. So don't let nobody lie to you. If anybody's going to tell you right, big sis Voyia is going to tell you it's going to hurt. And for the guys, be considerate. Don't just go jamming your stuff into women, okay? It hurts the first time, especially if it's their first time. It hurts, okay? You know, ease in. Take notes from Ren here. And he might be a stalker, killer, murderer. So take notes. God, he really was huge. Definitely bigger than anything I've ever taken before. Wait a second. I just lied to Ren because she just said this. You're not a virgin if you've been taking them, sweetie. What felt like hours seemed to pass before Ren finally bottoms out inside me, and he almost seemed to double over once more from the sheer pleasure of it all. He looked down at me once more with those soft blue eyes of his, and the entire exchange suddenly felt far more intimate than actually having him inside me. His hand comes to brush away a few strands of hair that had fallen down into my face, and he bends down to give me a chaste kiss on the forehead. Surprised by such an innocent gesture, my eyes fluttered open once more, and what greeted me was a sight that took my breath away. Oh my God. Maybe okay, so you see his neck? Maybe he has tattoos that he doesn't want me to see. And that's okay, but oh my God, this is a sight to see, I'm telling you. Look, I'm finally inside you. You took it so well, Angel. He didn't move his hips yet, instead choosing to look down at me with those soft eyes as I became accustomed to having something inside me for the first time. Is it uncomfortable? Let me know if it hurts, okay? Just say the word and we can stop. Guys, please take note, please. I am very grateful that my first time was so special like this, and I want all my family, my beautiful sisters, my aunties, my sisters, all of you guys, my best friends. If you don't want to be family, it's cool. We can be best friends. I want all y'all to experience something special for your first time, so you can always think back and just be like, wow, I gave it up to a good guy and not a loser that just jams his stuff in you and treats you like trash. If you say stop and he doesn't stop, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy instantly. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a bad guy. His sincerity touches me as he tries to remain still inside me, but I can tell from his rough expression that he's trying to hold himself back. She knows he wants it, and he's holding back. Sure, there was still a little bit of pain, but I reassured him by locking my legs around his waist and pulling him closer. At that, I can feel the veiny underside of his manhood drag against the walls as he began to move, sending a wave of pleasure throughout my entire. His gentle pace soon became a lot rougher as he experimentally bucks his hips into mine, and the hand that brushes away the hair soon becomes interlocked with one of my own. Yet again, it started to feel far too intimate than it should have, but I was lost in all the pleasure to give it much thought. Look at you, taking my manhood with such a lewd expression on your face. Frick, you feel so good. I'm not gonna... Y'all know what he said. And if you want to know exactly what he said, and you want to read this on your own and stuff, go ahead, girl. Go read this thing. Go download this game. It's in the description box below and play it. Have fun. So you ain't got to listen to me cut all this out. It's like you were made for me. Oh God, his face changed. I should have looked up. It's like you were made to be mine. His expression does little to stifle the sensation slowly building between my legs, and I continuously clench down around him. Ren lets out another shaky moan before he effortlessly lifts my hips up off the bed and grinds it along his manhood instead. The new position has me seeing stars, and my eyes roll to the back of my head. Perfect. Beautiful. I'm trying not to cuss, so y'all read it yourselves. My praise only seems to spur him on as he pounds into me even more vigor now, and the hand that was once intertwined with mine slips between our bodies to stroke my lady part. Oh God, don't make that face. Don't make that face. Hearing him cry out my name with such neediness is what finally sends me over the edge once more, and I splooge around his manhood with his name on my lips. Ren wasn't far off, it seems, as it only takes a few more thrusts of his hips before he reaches his peak, gripping my waist in a crushing hold as he cries out my own name as well. Well, my goodness. Don't make that face, Ren. He seems almost dazed for a moment as he catches his breath before he doubles over and almost crushes me with the weight of his chest. I'm glad that picture is off because I could not take it anymore. At my protest, he lethargically rolls over to his side, but not before scooping me into his large arms and bringing me along with him. His softened length remains buried deep inside me, but I feel more like a dull sensation at this point as I curl myself into Ren's warmth. Now, we're all happy that Angel got hers. I'm excited that she got hers. Congratulations, girl. You probably needed it. Here's my thought. Not once did I hear them mention anything about a protection coat, if you will. So, did he enter without the proper protection? Like, that's not okay. That's a no. That is a no. Especially because he is a virgin. So it is not okay. Absolutely not. And she might have just messed up, especially because she just said a few more thrusts and, so they both reached peak. So I'm just saying. Breathless, sticky, and parched atop his chest, Ren and I simply lay there as we took in the afterglow for a moment. What felt like hours seemed to pass as I listened to his breathing, and soon enough, I felt my own come to a slow, evened pace. The hand that was idly stroking up and down my backside came to an eventful halt, and I didn't need to look up to know that he had already fallen asleep. Girl, you put him to sleep? Girl, you did a good job. He still has a protective hold over me though, so I allow the exhaustion to take hold of me and follow Ren into dreamland. After all, we could talk about what just happened in the morning. End of day 1. The next day will soon begin, so make sure you now save if you need to. I think I'm going to end it right there. This is going to be a long episode. I'm definitely coming back to this. 14 days? Y'all know I'm coming back. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I had absolute fun playing this. This was kind of nice. You would have thought if it was going to be like a fling, it was just going to be like some rough, hardcore, pound town, hardcore grind, like everything. But it was soft and it was romantic. And even she caught on to how romantic it actually became. And it wasn't like super duper lewd. I do have to kind of block out some stuff just so I don't get demonetized, but it's not going to be a lot that I have to block out, thank heavens. And it was awesome. I enjoyed. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace and love. Stay safe out there. Bye.